at what's coming up next on the CBS 13 News at 5.
Okay, it's called Here We Build, guys. You know about this group very well. They're the newest ones trying to keep the Kings in Sacramento. They are gathering in downtown Sacramento. We are told some 70 people are already assembling there near City Hall at a park. The latest efforts to keep the Kings here coming up next at 5.
And the community how much that they want the Kings to stay here in sort of a pass-the-hat fashion. They are also collecting money. But the wrangling continues behind the scenes. Today, the mayor reiterating plans to move forward regardless of the Kings.
All right, thank you all for coming out.
The presser today had nothing to do with the Kings. Mayor Johnson celebrating faith-based housing of the homeless.
So I guess the media's here. If you guys have any questions on Winter Sanctuary first, please.
The questions fired up regarding the Kings, specifically reaction to the rejection of a request for written assurance by the Maloofs to pay $77 million in loans back to the city if they bail.
So there's nothing that leads us to believe that they will not make good on their commitment.
The mayor calling the written request a show of good faith, but nonetheless.
Every loan payment that has been due over the last 5, 10 years, or as long as this loan has been in existence, the Maloofs have paid every loan payment on time. In fact, they were ahead of schedule.
Still, it's enough of a concern for Senator Darrell Steinberg to author legislation to be introduced this week that forbids major sports franchises from leaving a city without making good their debts.
But I do think what Senator Steinberg and others are doing are looking at all the options in the worst case scenario. I just hope that we don't have to get to that point.
Meantime, the mayor will be meeting with the NBA Board of Governors next week to talk about Sacramento's commitment to the league. Hopefully, the Kings, should they stay, but regardless.
That if there's an opportunity to get another team to bring to Sacramento with a new facility and new ownership group, we want to be on their radar and let them know that we're serious about that.
Quite frankly, when you talk about a new club coming to this city, none of these fans really want to hear that. They are going to be moving this rally from here at 5 o'clock, walking across the street to City Hall, and the date everybody is going to be watching is April 18th. That is when the Maloofs are required to file a notice of relocation, and that sets a whole new sort of wheel working in this particular story.
All right, Jonas, thanks so much. Jonas Tishner live for us in downtown Sacramento tonight. Organizers of Here We Build say that they've already received $400,000 in pledges from fans to build a new arena. If you'd like to check out their effort, you can search the Here We Build on Facebook. The battle for the Kings now. About 150 people have gathered in downtown Sacramento to show their support for the team. Let's go to Jonas Tishner. He is live now with more on the turnout, and there have been some new developments today on this one.
There certainly have, Sam. This rally just wrapping up. About 200 people showed up, quite a rally. And this is what you call a grassroots movement at its best. Started less than a week ago with a tweet from a radio personality. It has already raised just over $500,000, believe it or not. Fans certainly behind the effort because this is about them, the fans. There is no legal wrangling, just fans who say they don't want to see the Kings leave.
I want to know what's going on. I want to know if they're leaving or staying or if we have a chance, you know, and I think that other people that don't realize what this money brings to our city.
We're trying to get out there, roll up our sleeves, and take actual money and time and put it in a hat and trying to get something done before it's too late. It still says Sacramento Kings on the uniform, and as long as that's the fact, we still have an NBA franchise.
The true fan is heard not just here.
This group that is headed to City Hall, they want to let city leaders, to speak to city leaders there and let them know that they are still committed to making sure that the Kings franchise stays here in Sacramento. Today, we heard from Senator Darrell Steinberg, who mentioned that he is going to put forth legislation likely tomorrow that will forbid sports franchises from moving from different cities within the state unless they make sure that all their debts are cleared up before they leave, speaking specifically of the loans that the Maloofs have agreed to pay back to the city. And then we also heard from the mayor today, who is going to be meeting with the NBA next week to discuss the future plans of, if the Kings don't stay, the likelihood that they may get another franchise sometime down the road, Sam. So still a lot of developments here. And remember, watching the April 18th day, that is when there's going to be a file for relocation, if there is going to be one at all, by the Maloofs.
That'll be a very big day. You know, you can question where the money's going to come from if they want to try to build an arena in Sacramento, but you can't question the heart and the desire of these fans. They're trying to hang on to their team, Jonas. So
That's exactly right.
I know it. Okay, good stuff. Thanks very much for that out there. By the way, the mayor of Anaheim is now calling an effort to keep the Kings in Sacramento a waste of time. A group led by former Councilman Robbie Waters is now trying to collect enough signatures in Anaheim to force a public vote on $75 million in bonds, which would help the Kings move to Anaheim. The Anaheim City Council approved those bonds just last week. Anaheim Mayor Tom Tate told a local paper, "Personally, I think it's not a good use of time and resources." He went on to say, "We've done our part to clear the path for an NBA team to come to Anaheim. The rest is up to the NBA," he said.